Disclaimer. Every of my words in this video are based on my personal interpretation and opinion. I consider it my honest opinion, doesn't make it the actual fact. So whatever I've said here, it's what I interpret the situation as, and it's not absolute with what's in their hearts. It might be, it might be not. So I'm not accusing anybody or making 100% stance that is what it is. I'm just saying this based on my opinion, allegedly. Enjoy. Hi lovelies, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel, Tim's Vlog. Please do remember to subscribe, to like, to share, to follow. Thank you in advance. This trending topic with regards the feud, the quarrel, ìjà tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin Madam Larritt àti Madam Phreedah. Madam Larritt of Larritt village and Madam Phreedah of Phreedah body care, House of Phreedah body care. Yeah, that's round about her, what she's popularly known for. Without being biased and being honest about the situation, and I haven't really seen people, apart from Sister Buki Jesse, I haven't really seen people saying the facts about this situation and standing, having a clear standpoint. And I would say it's probably based on their own interpretation, which I cannot say is wrong or is right. But from a place of clear conscience, I will analyze this honestly. I'm speaking English because of the non-English speakers, and I'll be putting in Yoruba because this kind of story will really trend among the Yoruba speakers. Tabafe soto, if we want to be honest. For me, in this situation, from a place of clear conscience, I believe the account of Madam Larritt village more than her counterparts, and I will say my reason why. For me, all this story of it's not one Mr. Demola that caused their issue or is the gossip and everything, I feel I hate Sonny. It's just looking for excuses so that it's not pinpoint. And I will say this, for Madam Larritt, it might not be about the Mr. Demola, in fairness. But for Madam Phreedah, in my opinion, it's about Mr. Demola that is causing the tension. Why did I say for Madam Larritt, it's not about the Mr. Demola? I'll repeat myself there because there was an interruption on my side here. Why did I say for Madam Larritt, it is not about Mr. Demola, and for Madam Phreedah, it is about Mr. Demola? If we look at it very well, from my observation of this situation, initially, Madam Larritt might not have realized that Madam Phreedah was seeing Mr. Demola again. The story out there from the likes of Osha blog is that the Mr. Demola had once dated Madam Phreedah, broke up with Madam Phreedah. On a neutral basis, Madam Phreedah and Madam Larritt met as friends. They didn't even know that they had any connection with Mr. Demola. And Mr. Demola had also dated Madam Larritt. But the two ladies were not aware of this situation, because the story out there is also that Mr. Demola has a taste for socialite ladies. So Mr. Demola had broken up with the Madam Phreedah, Madam Larritt. The two ladies, they were not aware of each other. They were not even coming together now because they were exes. They just came together because they both align on a societal level, and ladies of that age bracket doing good for themselves, they felt they were in the same class, and something led to the other. They became friends. Mr. Demola was not even in their picture. Probably when they were having their gist later, they found out that, oh, you two, this man has dated you, this man has dated you. But it was never a strong influence in their friendship based on the situation. My close observation of the situation. And they loved each other as good friends. They had nothing against each other. Along the line, the story is that the Mr. Demola had legal issues and he was locked up somewhere, and he came out and tried to contact both ladies differently. I'm sure he must have also heard that they are now besties. I want to believe so. I haven't heard his side of anything, but based on close observation of the stories trending, I believe the Madam Larritt, she said that she was no longer interested. So, but now that Madam Phreedah is about to marry Mr. Demola, I guess his charm still worked on her. When I mean charm, I mean the toasting, the masculine charm of trying to get a woman on your side to be in a relationship with you. And I think in that process of Madam Phreedah giving the Mr. Demola a chance and considering that, okay, she's of this age too, she needs to settle what? Yeah, what? You get the gist. She started feeling off that, yes, me and my friend Larritt, we met on neutral basis. But now there's an history between us with regards to this man. Naturally, let's be honest. And that Madam Phreedah wants to be with that Mr. Demola. She cannot have her friendship with her genuine friendship with Madam Larritt has started getting compromised from that point. That is the fact. Because there would always be that thing. It takes some serious level of burning things and coming to a strong resolute that I want to still be with this man. Oh, Larritt, we met on neutral grounds and this man was never in our picture, but I think I want to still consider him because he came to me. But most times, we men, we will avoid that our friend because they have also had a history. This is a man now that you will also be having intercourse with, that your friend had also had intercourse. A lot of thoughts will be going through your mind. It's normal. All of this, I believe, Madam Larritt was not aware about. So, it has been in the strategic plans of Madam Phreedah to do away with Madam Larritt, to keep that friendship at bay. That is my opinion. That is how I interpret it. That is how my conscience sees the situation. Unknowing to Madam Larritt, she was still running this friendship on genuine basis. Meanwhile, Madam Phreedah was looking for means to do away with her so that that friendship can break and she can just focus on a rekindled relationship. That is how I see it. And that is why something she would not do on a normal basis, because she knows that putting their other friend on speaker when Madam Larritt was making an opinion about her would probably make that other person go and challenge Madam Larritt and say, but Phreedah, I was hearing everything you were saying and it caused chaos for me, because why was it that one? And if you look at that situation, you will probably realize that those things started happening when Madam Phreedah started rekindling her relationship with the Mr. Demola. It was not before. I don't want to say I can bet on it because I was not there. Koro. But if you check well, all this little tension, whereby Madam Larritt complained that Madam Phreedah traveled to England without telling her, whereas when she went, she was keeping up with her, she bought her stuff. You will see that all these things started happening when Madam Phreedah started rekindling her relationship with this man in question. Yeah. And all these are tactics of trying to put Madam Larritt at arm's length from her, because now she had made up her mind that if she wants to be with Mr. Demola, she cannot be friends with Madam Larritt again. I don't even think it's the Mr. Demola that said that she should not be friends with Mr. Larritt. It's just a thing of conscience, a thing of, if we want to be honest, I think that's the proper thing. Their friendship cannot be that close again, whereby she will even be going to their matrimonial home the way they used to exchange visits. Then she'll be seeing someone that, no. Let's be honest. It doesn't sit well. Even as we are even saying it now, let's be honest. But Madam Phreedah might have just applied a diplomacy about the whole thing. But she being a Taurus, she had to be blunt about it in a way. And she does not know how to hide her feelings. She does not know how to hide her intentions. And I'm sure it was along the line Madam Larritt should have realized that, okay, she's now seeing, even it would cross her mind that, okay, all these things that Phreedah is doing is because of this Demola guy. Yeah. That is how I see it. So, hey, Sonny, it's just flimsy excuses. Larritt Kinikon. Even gone, the Madam Phreedah is not saying all that. She's not saying all that. It is Madam Larritt that is trying to make a situation for her that is not because of Demola, it's because of, Madam Larritt is because of that Mr. Demola. Go. Take it from me today. Because she cannot be comfortable with your close friendship again, when she has rekindled her friendship, her love affair with Mr. Demola. I know you might be a person that does not mind that you will go to at least it wasn't as if she snatched him from you, or you snatched. There was no snatching of him at any point from any of you. You just feel, okay, I've dated this person before and they came along the line. For you, you might wave it off. But for her, that she's actively in that relationship, it doesn't sit well by her. And that's why she's doing those things to keep you at bay. That's just it. And I don't even think it's the Mr. Demola that is telling her that she should avoid you. No. It's just how females are. If also it's a guy, two guys, and one of them wants to marry their ex, they might not fight to fall out, but their friendship will never be close rapports. So you really don't have to be at her wedding. Even if she did it in a diplomatic way that you are at her wedding, you people can never be close friends again from her own side. Probably not from your own side, because you might feel, okay, well, yeah, I don't even want him. At least it's not like she was not the cause of your breakup then. So, but she is feeling awkward. She's feeling uncomfortable to have you in close proximity with somebody she has once dated. That is the truth. With somebody you have also once dated. That is the truth. In fact, that is how I see it. And anybody with genuine interpretation of matters will know that is just what it is. So if you check everything that has been happening, that you people are having, that is causing the conflict today, you will see it started after Madam Phreedah had started rekindling her love affair with the Mr. Demola. You would realize that. So you might not have known then that they have started, but they had already started rekindling it behind the scenes. And that was when all these flimsy things started coming up. That is when she felt she doesn't have that loyalty towards you again to protect the gist that you people would have normally had, because that's not the first time friends would have that kind of gist. So she didn't have that loyalty with you again. She felt, it was also a way when she tells somebody, when she lets in the person people were discussing, you might not have been insulting that one. You were just making your opinion about the decisions she had made, that you would have not probably said it in front of the Abike woman in that manner. But because you felt you were speaking to your paddy Phreedah, so you were just saying it the way it is, the way that you felt you could give her advice. So if Madam Phreedah did not feel any loyalty towards you again, and it was a good way of causing the whole conflict, so everybody said, because she knows that you will hear that Abike too would come and meet you. She knew that she was not doing it in secret. In fact, she would have said, Berilowe, so that the friendship can break somehow. There will be that thing. Does she know? Because now Mr. Demola is already in her life, and it's just normal with women. She will not want you close by somebody. She will be feeling awkward. Even if you are not, I know you people get my point. Even if you are not feeling off, she is feeling awkward. That's just the truth. So, me, I've said my own, and that is how I see it. Madam Larritt, don't give yourself too much headache. You haven't done anything wrong. The situation is just that your friendship cannot be again. Now that the mutual guy, if Mr. Demola had never dated you before, you will be the top organizer of this wedding, because that will even bring your friendship closer. But it cannot be like that again. That's just it. As long as Madam Phreedah wants to be with that Mr. Demola, your friendship cannot exist. I'm telling you. So don't give yourself too much headache with all this flimsy and I know Madam Larritt, I've noticed her all this while. I said the truth too. I don't know any of them before, but I noticed people. Madam Larritt, in recent years that I've been observing her, she always stands on the side of justice. She always stands on the side of truth. That is just, in fact, she apologized at a point in time that she involved herself in the whole King Gwasio Ayinde Marshal, Madam Emanuela and Madam Alfetia's issue. She apologized that she did not know that they were close pals. Yes, and those are statements that will be giving Madam Phreedah chills that we cannot exist again, because this is contrary to what Larritt believes in. Yeah. Have you noticed that Madam Larritt also got angry with Real Mercy Ayigbe because it said that she snatched Mr. Deoti's what's the name? No, that she snatched Mr. Deoti from the wife. I'm trying to remember that woman's name now, but we know who I'm talking about now. What's that woman's name? Ashiwaju Kucho. And she showed her annoyance towards that setup. So all these things are what Madam Phreedah would know that no, even if Larritt wants this friendship to continue, because it is now beyond that that level that she can overlook. But Madam Phreedah will be thinking that in Larritt's heart of hearts, in Madam Larritt's heart of hearts, she would wish that their friendship was stronger beyond even rekindling with Mr. Demola, because Mr. Demola is a tensioning factor to the bond of that friendship. Madam Larritt might accept it, that, because she liked her friendship, but we all know how Madam Larritt feels about these things, where she always stands when this kind of situation happens. And in her heart of heart, and let's be honest, let's call a spade, and not an instrument of agriculture. We all, a good friend will not rekindle a relationship with Mr. Demola. No, if your friendship was true, if Madam Phreedah really had Madam Larritt as a friend in her heart, a strong friend, I know that yes, she might not realize how strong or how weak their friendship is until Mr. Demola came back into the picture. Yes, it happens, because men know how to sweet talk. Men still know how they can get you if they want to get you. But I believe the level of that friendship they portrayed, Madam Phreedah should not have gone back to the Mr. Demola, knowing even if somebody snatched each other from each other. But the fact that she and that her friend had, if I can bet you, one of the reasons why Madam Larritt did not take his advances when he called, because she said it, that when he came back of that incarceration thing, he called her that he's in one hotel, and she said no, she's no longer interested. I believe it's because of her friendship with Madam Phreedah. So let's be honest, that is exactly what Madam Phreedah should have done. But matters of the heart, you cannot just judge it as black and white. There are gray areas. Madam Phreedah has chosen that she wants to be with Mr. Demola again. No problem. But she should not have. She should not have. Let's be honest. Let's be very honest. Based on the bond of her friendship with Madam Larritt. But she had no problem with Alfetia and Emanuela's situation, whereby they were casual friends, and King Gwasio and Ide Marshall could date Emanuela, knowing that, and she was happy to go to the wedding, and she showed herself, even though Madam Larritt apologized that she did not know that Madam Alfetia and Madam Emanuela were somehow buddies. At least they had an affiliation. And we saw their pictures together. Yes, Madam Larritt apologized that if she had known, she would have not involved herself. And since then, we have never seen Madam Larritt going to Madam Emanuela's page and all that post that she used to post there before. It stopped after that apology. I don't now know, maybe it was after she realized that, oh, my friend Phreedah is now going to Demola, that we once dated on neutral grounds. And she felt, no, this is karma. Let me make amends. I don't know about that one. But what I can say is, Madam Phreedah can never be comfortable around Madam Larritt again. Lie. Because she knows the values of Madam Larritt concerning these situations, kind of situations. That will be it for now. I think I've said the points. I've explained my points. And I've spoken from a place of truth. Madam Larritt, go and relax. This battle or this tension is not because of all those minor things. No. For you, it's not about Mr. Demola. For Madam Phreedah, it's about Mr. Demola. And that will be it for now. Cheers.